Alright, guy with negative sleep here, and today I'm here with the pre-farm guide for the upcoming 4-star 2.5 character Moze, or Moze. I'm just going to say Moze for this video. So this video is going to be taking you over the stuff you need, general stuff, trace materials, what you can and cannot farm, for pretty much maxing out his traces and also taking him from level 1 to level 80. And yep, that's all I gotta say before I get to the video. This will also give some relic recommendations. But yep, before I get to the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this, and let's get straight into it. So starting it off with the general materials you do need. Purple books wise, in order to get him up to max level, you need about 290 purple books. As for credits, you do need about 3.2 to 3.3 million. Tracks of Destiny, as he is a 4-star, he will be needing 5 Tracks of Destiny for his traces. And for the general materials, he will be using these ones right here. For the green ones, you need a total of 40. For the blue ones, you need a total of 55. And the purple ones, you need a total of 54. If you haven't played the game for a while, you probably have a bunch of these like I do. And if you don't, just farm them real quick. It won't take you too long. Just set your assignments to them as well, so you can get a bunch of green ones to just pretty much upgrade the rarity and get the ones you don't need. And you will be good to go. For the Stagnant Shadow material, unfortunately, there is not going to be one out right now that you can farm because he will be using a new one that will most likely be a part of the 2.5 update. And so I would recommend saving some refreshes for that just because it's best to get that out of the way as the update drops. But you will need a total of 50 material of that Stagnant Shadow boss in order to get his max up, but once again, it is not out right now. For his actual trace material, he's going to be using these hunt materials, not the arrows. Pretty much you need a total of 12 of these ones, 54 of the blue ones, and 105 of the purple ones in order to max out his traces. Since you don't have to farm Stagnant Shadow, I would definitely get this out right away just so you don't have to worry about it in the future, since traces can be very annoying. And for the Echo of War, unfortunately, he will be using one of the new bosses that will be coming out in 2.5 as a new weekly. So, unfortunately, you cannot prepare the Echo of War. So, when the week of 2.5 is dropping, I would definitely hold off on doing your attempts because you only get 3 per week. So, you can use all 3 on that new boss when it does drop. For the relics you do want on Moze and some recommendations, if you are running him on a team where other people can inflict the debuff because he himself can, so he's actually going to be able to make a pretty good use out of the debuff set if you are able to run other characters that can debuff. So on a team with someone like Dr. Ratio who can inflict debuffs, Aventurine who can inflict debuffs on mostly follow-up characters teams, where he will be performing best, he's going to make pretty good use out of the set because you need 3 debuffs on an enemy, and when the wearer inflicts a debuff, which you can do, you get an increase of the aforementioned effects by 100%. And at base, you're getting the 2-piece, increasing damage dealt to enemies with debuffs by 12%, a 4% increase to crit rate for free, and then 8%/12% for enemies with at least 2 or 3 debuffs. You get a crit damage increase there, and then once again, inflict a debuff for 100% aforementioned effect increase. So this will be required for running another debuffer with him, so you can at least make full use of the set. Another thing you can do is mainly just combining 2 pieces. You could take something like 2-piece of the lightning set because he is lightning and deals lightning damage, and you can do something like 2-piece of the follow-up set to increase his follow-up attack damage. You can do 2-piece of the dot set, or also being musketeers or the wind soaring set to get the attack percent, combine that with 2 pieces of the ones mentioned. Or you could even do taking 2 pieces of the ones mentioned and also just doing 2 pieces of the debuff set just for the increase to enemies with debuffs, increasing the damage dealt to them by 12% since he himself is once again able to inflict 1 debuff. So even if you for some reason on the team don't have anyone that has a debuff on them, he himself is going to be able to debuff them, so he can actually benefit from that a lot. For the planet ornaments, since you will be running him on a team for the most part with other follow-up characters, since he does work similarly to Topaz as the debuffer that can also do damage, the best set for him is going to be the new Durin set, which is able to be stacked by other people and including him using a follow-up attack, giving a stack of merit, each stack increasing follow-up damage by 5%, and when you do have 5 stacks, you gain a 25% increase to crit damage as well. So a 25% increase to follow-up damage and a 25% increase to crit damage. So your follow-up attacks are going to be hitting that much harder, and then your overall crit damage, anything you do crit, will be hitting that much harder, which will be the best for his overall output, since you do want to build him as a full DPS and debuffer at the same time, which he will be performing as a debuffer role in his base K anyways, so you're mainly just building him damage. And another set you can do if you don't want to stack it up and you just want to have the full benefits right away is Inner Solsato, giving you an 8% increase to crit rate, and when you have 50% or higher crit rate, the damage dealt by the wearer's ultimate and follow-up attack increases by 15%. His main damage source will be the follow-up attack and also the ultimate, so this is benefiting both of the outputs you do. So this is going to be another fantastic option for him. And then the other option is if you just have pieces laying around and you're farming for the other two, Space Healing Station just giving you a 12% increase to attack. And when you have 120 speed or higher, you get an extra 12% attack increase. Depending on how you want to build Moze personally, it will depend if you're actually able to hit the 120 speed, because there are speedy builds and there are very slow builds because of what he does. So even if you can't really hit the 120 speed, you're just going to get the 12% attack bonus. And if you can, then you get both the bonuses. But for the most part, you want to be farming Salsado and the Durin set anyways. Durin best overall, so definitely would prioritize farming that. But then again, Inner Salsado comes after that, but not too much of a difference, but it's still noticeable when you do fully stack up Durin, and then Space Healing Station is just kind of there as your filler. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What you want to have is a quick read edition. You need about 290 purple books, around 3.2 to 3.3 million credits. Tracks of Destiny, he needs a total of 5, and for the common materials, he will need these ones right here: 40 of the green ones, 55 of the blue ones, and 54 of the purple ones. Once again, for his Stagnant Shadow material, it is not available, so save some refreshes for when 2.5 drops, because that's when the material for his Stagnant Shadow will be out. So you can just spend the refreshes there, get it out the way, get him up to max level. For his traces, once again, he's going to be using these ones right here. You need a total of 12 of the green ones, 54 of the blue ones, and 105 of the purple ones. The Echo of War, just like the Stagnant Shadow, will be with the 2.5 update with a new boss being added, so you cannot actually currently farm this for his traces now. So save the 3 out of 3 that you will have for when the update drops that week. For Relic recommendations, from what it's looking like, the best overall is once again going to be the 4-piece debuff set, and if you can't do that, it's mainly just combining 2 pieces of pretty much anything you want to do. One of the attack percent ones with 2 pieces of the debuff set works, 2-piece follow-up attack with one of the other 2 pieces for that, and you can also do 2-piece lightning since he also does do lightning damage. For the ornaments, once again, the best overall one when it is fully stacked is Durin. 25% increase to follow-up damage when it's fully stacked, and when you do have it fully stacked, you get a 25% increase to crit damage. So this one is going to be the best. Little below it is Inner Salsado, which is still really good. 8% crit rate. When you have 50% or higher, you get a increase to ultimate and follow-up damage by 15%, which will be his main sources of damage. And if you have some filler pieces, you could just rock Space Healing Station until you do have one of the better pieces, just giving you a 12% increase to attack when you have 120 speed or higher, an additional 12% increase to attack. Which, once again, depending on how you build them, sometimes you'll have this. For the most part, you won't, because you won't need too much speed on him, from what it seems, but if you do, then you just get the extra bonus. But for the most part, once again, you don't want that. You want to have the Durin set or Inner Salsado. And yeah, that is the pre-farm guide for Moze. I apologize for sounding really dead, because again, I am sleep deprived. So good luck on your grind. Let me know if you guys are going to be pre-farming for him, because I'm sure a lot of people will be, because a lot of people are indeed hyped for him. And he's seeming like to be one of the best 4-stars in the game anyways, so it is definitely advised to build him. Anyway, hope you guys found the video helpful. Peace out.